girly besties, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well. Today is a little bit of a different video. I'm just going to be chatting with you guys while I do my makeup because a few of you are kind of actually curious about how I do my makeup. I mean, I'm really bad at makeup. I don't know what I do. It's like really simple. So as I'm doing my makeup, I'm just going to be chatting with you guys and actually answering some questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. Definitely go follow me. It's @_AnnaNew. Let's go ahead and get on to the video. Okay, so usually the first thing I do is get my hair out of my way since I kind of have bangs. So I just usually use these little guys and I look bold. Yeah, I know. However, let's go ahead and get into some of the questions. I'm really excited to talk about my book. Someone asks what books or shows inspired those books or those projects. So I was talking about a couple of my projects that I've been working on, like Project Ghost, Project I First Met You in a Graveyard, Project Prison, Project like a lot of those different projects. So I guess they're asking how I got inspired by all of that. I actually do have a podcast episode on that where I talked about all the books and like how I got inspired by each of my books, which is so fun to talk about. But in terms of shows, actually Project O was inspired by this show. I don't know what it's called. It's like Vanitas, something like that, and it kind of is set in like a European country and there's like vampires in like cool tuxedos, and it's just like a really cool series. But yeah, I kind of just got inspired by one of the shot scenes, which was literally like one split second. It was like really weird, and one of the characters, who's the blonde guy, kind of like white hair, has never seen like London or France, I think it is, and the other character has always like lived there, and they're just like, hurry up, we gotta go. And the light-haired character like wants to see everything, and that got inspired to create Project O, where I kind of, you know, got the idea about a busking violinist, and that's how Lewis was born in the whole story, basically. So that's an example of a show that I watched. So I usually put some moisturizer on first, so like my skin feels a little bit like not dry when I put like this on. This is concealer, I think. I'm really bad at like makeup stuff, but I usually just put like a few dots on like my T-zone and kind of like under my eyes, because I've been studying this whole week and I have big breakouts and like everything, so I'm just like putting it in all places. Oh my gosh, my face is so bad. It looks really weird. Don't mind me. Let's continue. Someone asks, how is Project BB going? Thank you so much for asking that. Project BB is like a fantasy book. It's a standalone, and it's about like a thief named Robin who basically steals from the kingdom, but she ends up trying to steal the prince, basically. That book is going well. I'm just kind of stuck. I'm not really stuck. It's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do the next few scenes. And since I have been writing this book in a way that it's basically pantsering it, and I don't know what the heck is gonna go on like in my mind right now. I have an idea, but like not until I sit down do I actually, you know, write what the heck is going on. Currently what's happening in the book is they've just like discovered, oh, that's why I'm stuck. I'm stuck because I don't know if I want this to happen or this to happen, and there's like a scene that I've written where like the characters kind of confide in each other, and I think there's like a kiss between the prince and Robin, but I don't want that there. But since I've already written it, I'm a weird writer where if I've written something, that's canon, and it's like such a toxic trait, because when it doesn't work and it shouldn't work, I can't go back, or at least takes me like a huge like okay, let's erase that. So I'm confused with that, but I hope definitely to finish it before this month is over. Like it's a big must for me to finish this at least after my exams. That's like my goal, to finish Project BB, Project O, so I can finally start working on Project CZ. But as you can see, I'm a little bit more pale. It just kind of like evens out my skin tone. Yeah, that's what it's called. Someone asked, when did you start all your projects? Literally like so many, I don't even know. Like Project Ghost, I technically started that book like ages ago when I like brainstormed it, and I only just wrote it last year during NaNoWriMo. Basically just like all these books are just weirdly, I don't know, I can't remember exactly when I started them. Project O, I definitely know is a book that I started this year, and it's kind of like the only book that I spontaneously started. That's probably like one I definitely know I started this year. So Project O is quite a new project, because I was actually supposed to write Project Prison, which was a 0 draft I just finished, but then I got this idea and I just had to act on it. And technically Project O, I had that idea like when I talked about the anime show that I watched. Like I remember having that idea, and it was just like the idea of a busking violinist like separate, but for some reason that idea just kind of came up in my mind. I'm just like, okay, I need to act on this. And that's why like sometimes when you write projects and you get that idea and you like have this huge motivation to write, you just need to jump on that wagon before it goes, you know what I mean? Someone asks, what is your favorite main character out of all of my projects? Okay, I've talked about Amen in a lot of my books, which is obvious because I love Amen, who's from Project I First Met You in a Graveyard, which is a romance book. It was actually the book that I first wrote. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. This brush is wet. I don't know why this brush is wet. It was kind of like next to my bathroom basin, so that's probably why, but like, oh, not too bad, not too bad. Anyways, yeah, so Amen. I love Amen because he's just such a soft character, and I remember going on one of my lives recently and everyone was like agreeing with me saying we all love the soft boys, because I was talking about my fanfic and like how I love Gem Carstairs from the Infernal Devices series. I love Gem, and everyone's agreeing like, yeah, I love the soft boys. So I realized that basically all the characters I like, and most of my guy characters are kind of those soft characters. But anyways, I'm kind of getting sidetracked, and that's I guess why I liked Amen. Amen's such a soft soul, and like one word that you can describe him is just kindness and softness and just like goldness, but he's also just, he's so lonely and so, I don't know, he's so sad, and I just love him, okay? However, I really have been starting to like Alexander, who's from Project O. Oh my gosh. I have been having so much fun. Y'all need to like come to my lives. I do lives every single Wednesday, and I write with you guys, I talk about my projects, and I was spilling the tea from Project O. It was so fun. I was getting so excited. But anyways, yeah, I just like realized how much I love Alex and just how complicated he is as a character. He's so sad, but like he's also so flawed, and I think as I've started to write more complex characters, I've realized how important it is for the characters to have, you know, these huge flaws and these huge terrible insecurities that really do make them so different and so distinct and so lovable in a way. Also on the back of that, I realized that I hate my female main characters. Like, except from one of my characters from Project Prison. She's so sweet. I think it's just because she's so sweet and so adorable and sad. That's why I like her. But like Robin and Dell and like a lot of my big fantasy books who have a main character as a woman, a girl main character, they're just so annoying. I don't know why. So annoying. So I need to get better at writing female characters. Maybe they're just not my cup of tea. I don't know. Okay, next question. What sort of research have you done historically for Project O? Such a good question. Yes, I've been brainstorming and like trying to research as much as I can for Project O, because I don't know, it's set in London. It's kind of based off the historical, why did I say it like that? Historical romantics era, which was like around 1800. I really need to do so much more research. I technically have been to London where the book is set, but you know, there's so many differences, of course, in the way it's changed like right now to how it was back in the 1800s. There's lots of things that I'm really scared about, but I've just like decided that I'm just gonna write and then make up places, because I can make up places. Like it's historical fiction and it's not that important to get everything so right, but I want to definitely be as grounded. And plus I feel like real life can inspire you to make, you know, to make use of stuff. So there was like this church that I had researched, and it inspired me to write some scenes at a church which Lewis goes to in the book. So like, of course, do some research and it will definitely like inspire you. I don't know why I'm like talking like I'm giving you a tutorial or like some tips, but maybe there you go, some tips. Another thing that is really cool about Project O is that some of the characters are based off real like conductors. Like Lewis and Alex are kind of like a mix of a couple different people, like historically. There's definitely one theme and one like specific thing that has to do with Lewis that's really linked to a particular violinist during that time, and I'm really excited to go through that. And if you're curious, I don't know his name because I like haven't researched, and I have like all the notes, but I haven't really kept up with that. But there's this violinist who was thought to have like make a trade with the devil to be so good at violin, and everyone starts to kind of accuse Lewis as being someone who's like the devil or as being, you know, influenced by the devil because of how good he is. And of course, if you read the book, which of course you can't, Lewis actually can't read sheet music. He's just naturally so talented and he practices so much, but people still like, you know, make these rumors and it ends up kind of really influencing the plot. So that's how kind of like, yeah, research can help, if you know what I mean. I hate doing my eyelashes. It's like the worst part. I always get so scared that I'm gonna rip them all off. Another question is, who is my favorite side character from Project O? I definitely know this one. It's definitely Franz. Franz is a poet. He's so funny. There's like a scene where Franz, like, he's pretty chaotic. He has a twin sister called Sora, and Franz basically starts talking about politics and influences and like keeps topping up Alex's drink, and they both like get drunk talking about politics. It's really funny. And Franz is just such a cool character. He's just so chaotic. He's such a poet. Like, if I had a character who was a poet, like the personification of poetry, it's Franz. It's definitely Franz. Someone asked, are there any LGBTQ plus in my books? Yes, there's Amen, there's Kaido, there's Lewis in Project O. There's also, what's her name? Let from Project BB. She's really, really cool. I love Let, but she's really annoying. And that's obvious by my main character, Robin. I'm gonna be trying to do some eyeliner now. It's really difficult. I have like this little mirror here. I'm gonna need a minute, okay? So give me 1 second. Okay, so you can tell like they're kind of uneven. Oh, they look so bad. But a thing that you should know is that if you do eyeliner, and eyeliner like helps so much with everything. It just makes you look so much cooler. But if you know it's kind of very uneven, it's okay because you can kind of cover it a little bit with mascara, and I might be just delusional, but I feel like it kind of just like doesn't have so much focus on your wing. So of course I do mascara, please. I think like the worst thing is getting this off. I'm really bad at like I don't like to rub my eyes to get this makeup off. So I usually just like look like a raccoon for the next 2 days, and it looks like I have really dark circles, and I do, but like it just kind of makes it worse. But I just try to see, it looks a little bit pretty. A little bit pretty. Okay, let's go. Next question. Are you gonna traditional or self-publish your books? I have no idea. I've been talking a little bit with V, who I FaceTimed the other day. She's so sweet. I love V so much. But we were kind of talking about how, yeah, it's really hard because I think at least what I want to do is I want to try to traditional publish. If that doesn't work and I don't get any emails back from querying, I'll just traditional publish because I think I still have a chance of at least getting some people to read it, like you guys, which are so sweet, and you guys just like wanting to read my books, or people like in the comments that ask me like, oh, where can I find your work? You're so cute and thank you so much. So yeah, I have no idea. I think I'm gonna try to self-publish eventually. It sounds really fun, but I think before that I will definitely try my best to get a agent, and I have no idea how it works, so don't ask me. I did do a video quite recently about it, about like how to self-publish or publish a book, and that was just like very basic kind of for me, for people who don't really know anything about the process. So if you're kind of like interested, go check out that video. Someone asked, what is my favorite book? I guess they're trying to ask. Very interesting. I would say I'm really liking Project Prison right now, which is a book I haven't really talked too much about on my channel. A sad book. I'm just obsessed with sad books, I feel like, which is fine. Like, that's a vibe. It's just such a sweet book and something that I don't know, I didn't think I was capable of writing. Very cohesive, I feel, but also very chaotic. And it's based off like one of my favorite songs, so I'm just really excited for that book, and it's honestly so nice. Other than that, I really think Project Ghost is just so close to my heart. So Project Ghost or Project Prison. And also Project I First Met in a Graveyard, honestly. Like, those three are the trinity. Okay, we're about done. It's really hard to see if it's in focus or not because this is a very like manual camera. However, I go in with like brown eyeshadow and give myself a lot of little freckles because freckles are cute. I wish I had like more freckles. I barely have any freckles. I'm so jealous of people who have a lot of freckles because they're just so cute, especially in summer. Like, ugh, it's winter here in Australia, so yeah, I'm just trying to like live my summer days. But I don't like Australian summer either. I probably like this weather the most. So it's still cute to look sun-kissed, but yeah, they look very noticeable now. I look like Wendy, is it Wendy? But yeah, I just kind of put them as much, and a good tip is to put them like right up here. I just think it adds a little bit, because people like forget that there's freckles. More up here. Okay, last question. We have one from Rachel. Rachel writes, who I love. She asks, what's my favorite protagonist to write? Such a good question. Come to think of it, I kind of do like writing Robin. I know I did say that I hate main female characters, but Robin's kind of a little bit more different. She's someone who I really do enjoy. Like, I enjoy her psychology and her sort of selfish. She's selfish, and then she's also not selfish. Actually, that just reminds me, I actually really love Red. Red, who's the main character of Project Ghost. She's just a terrible person, and I love her. She's like so much alike me that it's fun being in her head, but also like self-sabotaging in a way. Next up, okay, last but not least, we need to put on the lipstick. I always keep my lipstick in my bag when I go out. Isn't this the cutest freaking bag? I got this from a thrift store. It's so cool, and it just like hangs this. Ugh, so cute. I use this. I remember like wanting to throw this out. I'm like, oh, maybe I should keep like a lipstick, but I'm like, I just put it along. I don't know, I try, like my lips are really thin, so I try my best to kind of like fill in that little dip. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then the last thing to do is to take out these little guys. I'm really unsure if I should be cutting my bangs or leaving them or growing them out. It's really hard to tell. Also, usually what I do as a last thing is get my eyeliner and either do like a little love heart or something. I love doing this, but like whenever I go out, and sometimes my dad too, like people will be like, is that a tattoo? Or like, what's that thing on your face? And I'm like, it's a heart, okay? But I usually put like a heart like right here because I think it's cute, or like little dots like so. But that's like my makeup look. It's something pretty chill, and I just usually do this for a lot of my videos. If I could, I would definitely wear falsies. I just don't have any more eyelash glue. But yeah, this is the final look. I look like a normal person now. Anyways, thank you so much for all your amazing questions. Sorry if I didn't get to yours, but I just had so much fun obviously talking about all of my projects and everything like that, and I'm just really excited to share a lot of my books with you guys in future vlogs and future videos. So yeah, and I also hope that if you wanted like a makeup tutorial, that this was sufficient. But anyways, I'm actually going to be filming some videos because I usually do my makeup for my videos, so catch you in those videos. But if you did enjoy the video, definitely subscribe to my channel because it does help so freaking much. I'm trying to reach 100k by the end of the year, which I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we can shoot for the stars and land on the moon. I don't think that's the expression, but you guys get it. But anyways, I love you guys and hope to see you in my next writing video. Bye!